what do you call it, slow living, weekly reset, just things that I need to get done. That's not Momlin. I don't know what it is. They're in the pool behind me outside, and that's still how loud they are. Anyway, it's cycle day 1, so I'm not thriving. So I want to do a lot of things that are not super physical that I've been needing to do. Homeschool stuff. I need to redo my bed, just wash all of the linens. I have some groceries to put away, planning and more. First, I'm gonna make a decaf coffee before we sit down and get some planning done. I'm gonna be putting these up later, stay tuned. These are little decaf vanilla Nespressos also. The World Cup is on really loud next to me. So probably gonna have to wind up doing a lot more voiceover today than actual talking to the camera because my house is just loud at all times. All right, so I'm gonna plan and put some homeschool stuff together. Don't worry, I got my heating pad. We can still be productive. I would just totally take today off, but I took off like basically all last week for my birthday, so I gotta get my butt in gear, and homeschool is creeping up on us. Classical Conversations, our Monday classes, our community days start in August. We're still gonna let them have off. You know what I mean? Like, we're just gonna do our community day, do a little bit of stuff. We're not gonna start hard back into all of our stuff until September, but August we do start doing community days. So I'm also tutoring if you're new here, so I need to get a tutor stuff together. It's my first year. Thank God for all the YouTube videos and all of my friends' help. We'll get that put together. But right now, let's get this sorted because I want to plan also. And the boys are in essentials in Classical Conversation, so I need to get their binders put together. A while ago I did post their weeks 1 through 24, so it's a 24-week program, but now I have all of their stuff printed off for them, and I need to punch holes and get these all together in their binder. Plus my own little teacher binder, and then we're finally, we've talked about this forever, putting the board together today. Right, honey? Don't let me not do it. We're putting the board together today. It's happening. Today's the day. All right, the first thing I'm doing is just sorting everything into piles that make sense. This is something that I've been wanting to do. It's been on the back of my mind, and I'm happy today to finally just get it all done. I'm doing the first, I think, month of work for the boys in their binders, and then just putting things together in my tutor binder, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later. Being a homeschool mom now, I think I definitely need to upgrade my hole punch because this is just a cute little hole punch that I had for like a couple worksheets here and there, but I have so many things to punch holes in. If you are a homeschool mom or somebody that has a really good hole puncher that can do a lot more papers at once than this, definitely let me know down in the comments below. So this table looks absolutely filthy. We're actually getting a new one very soon. I'm so excited. But you will see in this video I do scrub it because, of course, if we can sell it and get some money for it. So I'm going to try first to sell it, but I really scrubbed it like crazy and got a lot of the stuff out. Because if you look at it closely right now, there's so many things that are just stained and like caked on that you can't get unless you really deep clean and scrub the table. But I love these little binder covers that I did for the boys, thanks chat, and I also did one for my own binder as well. In Classical Conversations, we're on cycle 3, and that's American history. That's why I went with the American theme. All right, before we do anything else, I need to make these kids some lunch. This. This. So I'm just making them this jovial gluten-free bow ties that they absolutely love with some meatballs and sauce. Easy peasy. But the star of the show is the brown rice pasta. We love this, especially Chris and I being gluten-free, and the kids are not gluten-free, and this is still their favorite pasta. Jovial is just absolutely delicious. The ingredients are organic brown rice flour and water, so you can't beat it. One thing I've been trying to do to simplify life this summer and just in general going into the new homeschooling year, which starts kind of soon for us, is just keeping meals simple, feeding 4 kids and my own dietary restrictions. I just need everything as simple as possible and affordable, of course. Anything that makes grocery shopping easier is a huge help, which is why we love Thrive Market. We've been using them since 2017, and also just so many of our favorites, like a lot, especially with me with all the dietary restrictions, certain things that are dairy-free or gluten-free, just they hike up the price so much, and Thrive Market does not. I find that especially like some of my favorites, like the pasta and stuff, is so much more affordable with Thrive Market. I always love seeing people's grocery hauls, so I was gonna put like a little overview on screen here to see like some of the snacks and stuff that I got, plus some of our everyday staples. Something I can filter out by our family's dietary needs instead of standing in the grocery store reading every label. We also stocked up on a bunch of pantry staples and snacks that the kids have been loving. Plus, having everything delivered to your door is such a time saver. It's so much easier. I can easily switch back and forth from either address. Plus, right now is our biggest sale of the summer, so it's definitely the time to shop. I just wanted to come on here and see how much money I've saved. So total savings since 2017 is $4,317, $105 savings per order. So another reason why I love them. If you've been wanting to try Thrive Market, right now is the time to do it since they're having their biggest sale of the summer. Plus, when you use my link, which I'll have linked down in the description box below, you get $20 off of your first 3 orders plus a free gift. Definitely check them out. They have the best stuff too. Like, I love going to like the trending tab and stuff and just seeing new products. Everything is so delicious and couldn't be easier. This little stir, our pasta. Alright, taking a break from that to put all the groceries away and just reset the kitchen. I never cleaned up from lunch or anything like that, so let's do that. Side note, my hair is really hairing right now. I mean, I just got my hair done and I love the color and all that, but it is like impossible to do your hair in the summer. I blow dried my hair yesterday, which was so hot to do, and it instantly just like poofed up, and I'm just like, why do I even try? I think I might just start like blow drying my bangs and just let the rest air dry. My hair is chaotic. It's like Monica's on vacation. I always watch these reels of like people that know how to work with curly hair, and I'm like, maybe I should like try that one time, like try like getting a curl product and diffusing it, because my hair does have like a nice wave, and then when I go to bed it just turns into chaos. So yeah, I might need to do that. But right now, let's organize and restock the pantry. This is a smaller pantry compared to what we have at home, and I still like to try to find ways to organize it and make it easy to see what we have so that we're not wasting money, and so that the kids can just open it and pick what they want. For a while, I was trying to do a lot less snacks because then the kids would actually eat full meals and all of that. But running out of the house, getting onto the boat, like I want things that are prepackaged to just throw in a bag. Same with in the fall, like we'd start soccer and like life just gets chaotic. A lot of times we're homeschooled from different places like the parks and things like that. So again, something easy and quick to grab. But when they're home, I will say I just can't stand like snacking all day and then not eating meals. But it's like an impossible thing in my house. now that everything is restocked, I was about to do dishes, but then Tanner wanted some salt on his cucumbers, so I'm doing that. And then we're going to go do dishes and get this kitchen reset before we move on to making our board. So let's just talk a little bit about the board. It is a shower board from Lowe's that somebody discovered how to make a whiteboard out of it that's portable, so that if you want, you can pre-write. Either you can what works best? Dry erase markers. I was going to call them the wrong thing. Dry erase markers work great. They erase easily, so you can go ahead and have everything ready for your class before the actual class day. And of course, I like being prepared, so there's that. But yeah, we'll get started on the board after we're done resetting the kitchen. Alright, it's finally time to make this board. So Chris got this shower board cut at Lowe's, which I'll insert here. So we have it face down, and now we're going to tape the edges of it, and then we're going to leave a little space in between. Basically what this is a portable whiteboard. So you can use dry erase marker on it, wipe straight off, so that you can go ahead and put all your information for your class on this, and then just bring it to school, or bring it to community day ready to go. So let's see.
So it was a 8-foot long by 4-foot wide piece of whatever this is, shower board, and it was $20. But you cannot bring it home without having it cut down, unless you have a huge truck bed.
Small whiteboard here, small whiteboard.
Yep. And the way you have them cut it down is cut it into 3-foot sections. So I guess 3 foot high, and then it's 1 foot, 2 foot in the middle, and then 1 foot on either side, and it makes 2 of these boards out of one $20.
So basically, I have enough to make another one.
We do, yeah. And the kids also have squares that they've been drawing on. It's kind of cool.
I did white tape, and I'm going to try to cover it with this pretty tape. We'll see if it works. Measure a space with our pencil right here.
Oh, the drugstore.
finally we're on to the cutesy tape, the daisy tape, and definitely need like this regular white duct tape underneath of it because it's more flimsy, but together it works out amazing. Okay, it came out better than I thought.
I put.
Thanks to my amazing husband.
He said some.
You're the best.
Okay, yeah, don't
Maybe more.
fully up the deck.
Gotta get up close.
Okay. There's no.
So in the center of our classical conversations board, we like to put God in the middle because he is the center of everything. So of course I made mine a little bit cuter on the Cricut instead of just writing God. And one of the mottos is to know God and to make him known in classical conversations. And I mean, in Christianity too, I'm sure, but this is something that, you know, in classical conversations and in our community that we always talk about, to know God and to make him known. So putting that right in the center. This did take me forever to weed, I'm not gonna lie. I just sped it up really fast and then put it on. Right, 25 hours later, mainly because of the Cricut, we're done this board. All right, next day, moving on to this table because I left all of my homeschool stuff out there. I was working on it this morning, this day as well. So we're gonna go ahead and clean up this table, like really, really clean it. Take all this stuff, put it in this container because I need to bring it back to Pennsylvania for when we homeschool. And right now, it's time to deep clean this table. You'll see, I tried to steam it first and my steamer basically exploded. I remember these steamers being recalled and I was like, oh, not mine, it's fine. Well, a big piece or like the hose fell off as it was steaming and the steam almost shot me in the face. I was luckily had good reflexes and moved my head back, but it could have been really terrible. So you better believe that steamer went right in the garbage and we're just using some old-fashioned elbow grease, some soap and water and scrubbing the table. That was so satisfying, scrubbing the crap out of that, but it was hard to get all the soap off, I'm not gonna lie. Lots of water, but it needed this, especially if I'm gonna try to sell it. I wanted it to be perfect for whoever purchases it. Now that the table is nice and clean, let's go ahead and fold some laundry on it. I mentioned this before, but back home we have a system where each of us have our own laundry day as a family of 6, and then on that 7th day we do like towels and linens and that type of stuff. But here we just do laundry every single day, a mixed load, so that's why it looks like this. Now that the laundry is done, we are making a delicious dinner. The next thing up for me to try in my allergy testing or reintroduction is sour cream, because I was allergic to cow's milk, but not like fermented cheeses. And so far I passed the yogurt test, I passed the cottage cheese test, so tonight was sour cream. So I was like, what better way to reintroduce sour cream than to make taco bowls? So that's what we're doing with some sweet potatoes. We're gonna make some ground turkey taco, and what else did I put in there? Avocado maybe? Yeah, avocado and sour cream. I don't know. How are y'all feeling about the lettuce? Because we're getting ready to leave, and I'm like, usually when I go out to dinner, I get a salad, and I'm like, I'm scared. Like, do I get a salad, or am I going to get this diarrhea parasite? I don't know. What do you guys think? Are we eating salads? What are we doing? the last thing I'm doing today, because I'm completely beat, and what I didn't show on camera today is we are still dealing with some swimmer's ear. We got antibiotic ear drops. The dogs are having a spaz attack right now. So I've been dealing with that, but also I've just been doing a ton of like homeschool stuff that I didn't film. That was probably boring. These are some sheets that I printed out today. I'm gonna put in my binder, my tutor binder, but it's also, I feel like, great for anybody that's doing classical conversations. I got these on Etsy. But the last thing I'm doing is putting these up, and these I got in hopes to give Chris and I a house phone again, aka when I have my phone on me, I get notifications, or I just randomly catch myself checking it, and I go to bed at night being like, gosh, I feel like I was never in the moment today, and that's like the worst feeling in my opinion. So putting these up here, I think we're gonna do them like right here, so we could put our phones away at certain times and just enjoy living without them attached to us, enjoy our kids more, and just have somewhat of a more 90s lifestyle. And if it works out well, we'll put them in our other house in Pennsylvania as well. But I just really have high hopes for these. And I think the key thing with these, like the sticky backs, is today, the first day doing it, was to let it sit. Is that Benny? Then he has to lick all the dog bowls after they're done eating to make sure they got all the crumbs out. But it's to let it sit on with the sticky part without anything in it for a while, so I guess overnight will be fine, and then it'll be able to hold your phone. So just a little thing I got on Amazon. Peel off, sticky back. See, Chris, you want to come over here and help me make sure I put it straight?
Of course.
Thanks, honey.
Should I get my level?
I don't think we need level status. So, 1 second, honey.
What if we use that line
Yeah.
above it as...
Do you need the stuff that you printed?
You can just keep it there, honey. I think it's like 56 I think it's like 56 pages, but thank you. You can.
Do you need it?
I'll go a
No,
little
it's
higher.
okay.
A little
Thank you, though,
higher.
honey.
Right there. I can reach. I promise.
So, how do I know where I'm going?
Want a little pencil?
Okay, so each side has like a sticky. So I first need to put the sticky on the back, and then peel the other side. Giving ourselves a gift of being free from our phone. And also, show them our watches. So we have Garmin watches. Chris's Apple Watch just stopped working. And I was kind of glad because
I literally fell off the boat and into the water, and I assume it's a
tell me,
waterproof.
you weren't like driving and fell off the boat.
Yeah, I was flooring it, it turned and went flying off the... No, I was like
Did you
stepping
like slip
around
putting a
somebody.
tube in?
I was like stepping around somebody and kind of lost my footing and then just went for it.
But aren't Apple Watches supposed to be waterproof?
Yeah, I don't know if it was old or...
Anyway, I'm
or
excited that we're
cracked.
twinning. And
I do like
cute.
this one better, I'm not
We
gonna
even
lie.
have matching water bottles. How
And I
boring
never
is it?
used it for much of anything anyway.
Yeah, and I hate it because like you get notifications on there 24/7. And with mine, and now you set yours up that way too, not to get like text messages on it.
Yeah, it's
so it's
better.
literally just like a time and fitness.
So basically you guys won't be able to reach us at all
We out.
in any way. This is already stuck, right?
Carter just looked at me like, what? No, so you have to take it off of the
Oh, I
one
see.
side, yeah.
Alright.
We're putting this up so like our cell phone can sit in here. It could be like a house phone, so that we don't have to constantly have our phones on us.
So
How's your
go-
ear
go
doing? It
that
still
way.
looks like red and
Look
puffy.
for a second. If you use this line as one of them,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Is that yours?
It can be. And then do you want to put the other one down here?
Yeah. So if we use the line, I'm gonna know. So watch out.
Yeah, well, how about we...
Right here.
It ain't that big a deal.
So you see how it's like cut out here at the bottom, so you can charge it, and actually our cords would reach all the way to right here as well. So super happy. I'll have it linked in the description
We
box.
should get curly chargers like the old
We
school.
should, like corded.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that idea.